Hi everybody. In this video, I want to show all of you the new McFarlane Toys Superman figure. This figure is from a somewhat recent comic book arc. If you aren't familiar with DC Comics, a few years back, after the New 52 stuff was kind of going away, so to speak, and basically what happened is the original Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent, the, post-crisis, pre-New 52 Superman, if that's what you want to call him, he actually survived the Flashpoint, which Flashpoint was kind of what caused the New 52 to happen in the comic books. And so he was living on the New 52 Earth, but he was living there in secret with Lois and his son, Jonathan. And then, essentially he decided that he wanted to still be Superman, and he started operating basically in secret, and this is the suit that he was in. So a lot of people probably think that this is his regeneration suit, or the suit that he wore when he came back to life after he was killed by Doomsday. That is not what this is. So this is not the regeneration suit Superman. This is Superman from the comic book story Lois and Clark. And that's why it says Superman, Lois, and Clark on the packaging, because that is where this figure is from. The main thing that helps you tell that, actually, let me show you the back so you can see the picture on the back here. The main way you can tell is when he came back to life and he was wearing his black regeneration suit. He didn't have a beard, he had the mullet. And he also did not have the S on the belt. Now, I originally, and if you want to see the other side, there you go. Originally, I wasn't sure that I was going to get this figure. I actually really did enjoy that comic book story. I think it was like a 6-part or a 12-part series. And it was good. I was just excited that, the original Superman was coming back and not, the New 52 Superman, because I just wasn't a fan of any of the New 52 stuff, really. So, I was kind of on the fence about this, but if you've been watching this channel for the last year or so, you know that Superman is my number one character, the number one of all the, figures I collect, and of all the, comic book, pop culture characters that I love, Superman's number one. So, the other thing that happens a lot with the McFarlane DC Universe figures is a lot of times the figures in hand look a lot better than the promo pictures. So, from the pictures, the advertisements for this figure, I was kind of like, I don't know. I really kind of wish he came with an alternate head. If he came with a head that was him clean shaven, but with the long hair, and you could just swap out the head, and then you could kind of have, the pre-rebirth, post-New 52 Superman, or you could just have regeneration suit Superman. So that would have been cool. And again, if you've been watching my videos, you know that probably my favorite thing about the DC Multiverse line right now is customizing. A lot of times I get these figures and I paint them, I kit bash, I customize, I do all kinds of stuff to them to get the versions that I want. For this one, I don't know if I would have a head anywhere that would work. I don't have just a long-haired Superman head laying around. But maybe I'll look into that. And then, I can swap it out, or I can just get 2 of them, which I have been known to do. But I am really glad I got this figure. It was actually weird. I had this pre-ordered through Amazon, and I think maybe also Big Bad Toy Store, but I think I only had it pre-ordered through Amazon. And I was just on GameStop website, I guess maybe just a couple days ago, and scrolling around, and they actually had this figure in stock. It was $3 off. So it was $16.99 instead of $19.99. And boy, I just jumped right on it and ordered it, and it got here today. I didn't get any tracking information. I didn't get any emails, alerts, nothing. And today is Sunday, so it's even more weird that this figure came today. Yeah, I had no idea that this figure was on the way, let alone would be here today. So that was a really great surprise. Let's open them up and take a look. So before we get to the figure, just real quick, he does come with a flight stand. Most of the Superman figures do come with a flight stand, which is great. It's really nice having these flight stands. I have a bunch of the McFarlane figures on flight stands. I also have other, non-McFarlane DC figures that I use these flight stands for. So these are nice to have. I mean, especially since the price point is still $20. You're getting a flight stand as well as the figure, so that's pretty cool. And then the card. So I'm just going to kind of leave that off to the side. I don't really need to take any of that out. The main thing that we're concerned about here is, of course, the Superman figure. So let's get him out of the plastic. And let me grab these hands real quick. We'll do that off camera. That would be easier. So the hands aren't anything too crazy. I mean, it's pretty much what we would expect. They're, flight posing hands. So those are nice to have. Again, a head sculpt, an alternate head sculpt would have been great, but if we're getting the flight stand. So this is cool because he's kind of posed in the packaging almost like he was kind of hovering, like in mid-flight. So that's kind of cool. I like that. The face sculpt, I mean, the promo pictures did not do this face sculpt justice because this is great. You'll notice that if I can look a little closer, yeah, he doesn't really have the side eye thing going. So if I have him look straight at the camera, yeah, you can see maybe very, very slightly side eye, but I think it looks great. I mean, this is a fantastic head sculpt. The bearded black suit Superman has been super, super popular, no pun intended, because of the, Snyder cut of the Justice League movie. So a lot of people have been, kind of clamoring for the black suit Superman with the beard. This knee is a little stuck because it's been in the packaging like that. But yeah, I mean, another thing about the McFarlane figures is they usually don't need to be heated up. Sometimes the joints are a little stiff, but you can usually get them free. Now, a lot of people were having some issues with some of the more recent Batman figures. The shoulder was kind of popping out, but I think it was more of like a issue with the glue. But yeah, this figure looks really cool. Superman without a cape is always a little strange for me as a big Superman fan, but it works. I think it looks pretty cool. The more and more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking about, like I said before, getting another one and maybe customizing it into a Black Adam figure, maybe. Because the more classic look for Black Adam is he doesn't have a cape. Nowadays you see him with the hood and the cape and all that stuff. But I think this body would actually work great for a Black Adam custom figure. Then, of course, figuring out what to do about the head is always the challenge there. But yeah, we've got kind of like those sort of kind of butterfly joints that they are, but they aren't kind of thing. If you know these figures, you know what I'm talking about. Shoulder rotates good. We have our double jointed elbows, which are really good. The wrists, let's take a good look at the wrist here, because you'll notice that another big complaint about these figures have been the weird wrist joints, and you could see that I do think that is an improvement. So that's pretty cool. Yep, I like that. And then the hips are probably, yep, just normal, regular McFarlane hips, you know, the usual kind of hips that I've shown many times in other videos. The diaphragm cut is the usual kind of thing. Nothing at the waist, but definitely a good diaphragm cut. The head, let's see how far you can look up. Not too great, but not terrible. Can definitely look down, which, you know, I'll show you in a second. This is how I have my other Superman posed, is he's kind of on a flight stand, kind of hovering, you know, kind of looking down like that. So I'll show you that in a second. Knees, double jointed knees. And I like how the pegs are black. They blend right in, so you can't even really hardly see the pegs, which is nice. So there's the knees. Of course, we have a barely thigh, you know, anything with the thigh, which is usual. No boot cut, of course. And then we've got our usual ankle joints, which the ankle joints are still a bit kind of, you know, not terribly aesthetically pleasing. But I do think the wrists have improved, which is nice. And then we've got our toe articulation. So yeah, I think that this is a really cool version of Superman. You know, like I said, I can definitely see some more customizing possibilities in the future. I guess I can pop the hands off. I mean, I'll just do one of them. Okay. So here he is with a flying hand. So, I mean, that's okay. I think I like it a little better with the fists. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to pose this guy yet on the shelf. I don't know where I'm going to actually even put him on the shelf right now, because I'm trying to not do too much with the McFarlane figures. I'm basically just getting the villains that I like, a few of the other kind of weird characters that I just think kind of look cool, and then I'm just trying to do like a Justice League shelf. So just like a classic Justice League, you know, classic versions of the characters, and then just, you know, a couple little extra versions. All right, so let me go get some comparison figures here. All right, so let's go ahead and get some comparisons going. So first, we have a figure that you've seen before if you watch my videos. So this is my Rebirth Superman, but I've customized him into a classic version of Superman. So, like I said, I have him posed on the flight stand, and I painted him up, of course, to give him that more kind of Silver Age feel. The face sculpts, yeah, those are super different. So that's good. And, yeah, looks pretty cool together. I like that. Then we've got my very slightly customized Bizarro figure. And move those back a little so you can see them a little bit better. Yeah, that looks cool. So you'll notice that this is, I think, like well, no, it might actually be the same. I don't know now. I thought maybe it was the older body, but no, it's the same, like, upper body, but then the stomach, like the abs part, looks different. Unless his, you know, shorts are just lower cut. That might be what it is. I think his shorts are just lower cut in there. So, yeah, so this is definitely the bulkier kind of Rebirth body that the Rebirth and the Bizarro are done on. But those look pretty cool. And then if we just want to do some more comparisons with some black suit Supermans, I've got the pretty old and dated DC Direct figure. And like I said, this figure is really old, lacking articulation. I had this figure when it originally came out, and then I sold it many years ago. And I actually just bought a loose one on Whatnot. I think he was like $8 or $10 or something like that. So There they are. Of course, this is regeneration suit Superman after he came back to life from being killed by Doomsday, but still, you have an idea there of a comparison. And then another 7-inch line that didn't last very long is the DC Essentials line. So here is, I guess they were going for regeneration suit Superman, but they didn't do the head right, so that's a bit weird. But you can see that, you know, this one has like the 5 o'clock shadow face going. So yeah, that's kind of neat. And then the, of course, the DC Classics version, if I can, I had him kind of posed on the shelf a little weird, so let me get him into a more static pose so we can see how he looks. There we go. Let's put him in a more static position. So yeah, another black suit Superman. Again, it's regeneration suit, but they're pretty close. I mean, definitely, you know, definitely similarities. So yeah, I think that this figure definitely looks a lot better in person than in the promo shots. And I really like this figure. And like I said, probably will be getting maybe another one, especially if I can find another one on sale or on clearance or whatever. But yeah, I definitely see some customizing potential in this figure as well. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know what you think of this version of Superman, and let me know what you think of the figure. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.